You guys bring the heat.
Are we having fun yet?
You guys are always bringing the heat. Okay, so welcome to, once again, Sundays with Clan. This is way more chill. It's gonna feel a little bit more like a live stream. I'm gonna stumble over my words a little bit, okay? Just bear with me. And I'm gonna do this really quickly because I know people are getting tired of, see, I'm gonna stumble over my words. Tired of it. But with that being said, I do, need to do this. So if you guys want to win this jersey, once again, that was sent to me by a patron. He said you can either keep it or give it away. I will be giving this away at the end of the month on Friday, the upcoming Friday, and I do this every single month. Okay, I do it every single month, but it's only for YouTube and Patreon members. So if you guys want to become a Patreon member, it's only $2 per month. All right, you don't have to worry about these tiers. All right, at least unless you want more entries or you just really want to support. But it's just $2 per month. Also YouTube members as well. So if you become a YouTube member, and that's not subscribing, it's like a join button or whatever. You become that. You'll be in the giveaway. We're gonna do it live, so you guys know that I'm not cheating anybody. It's like this wheel cycle thing. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So yeah, if you want to support the channel, I always give back to those who truly support. But if you want to support in different ways, you won't be entering the giveaway. But that's okay. That's okay. You can still support by joining the group chat. So make sure you join the group chat, man. It's really great. You can give me content suggestions and I can answer any questions that you have. So yeah, that's great too. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get into this. So I asked once again, if you guys could drop some topics or things to discuss, and I picked out about 4. One person in particular, placeholder. Oh my goodness, dude, you gave me like 3. We're gonna go with about 1, okay? But yeah, it's about 4 topics. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. So Bobby Reyes says, I enjoy seeing this team because they fight hard and are getting better all the time. That's all you can ask for. Do you think Lonnie will be better as a starter and Keldon Johnson being the energy guy first off the bench? Love the videos, by the way. Thanks, Bobby. Bobby, you ain't right. You guys hear about King of the Hill coming back? Anyways, that's besides the point. All right, so he asked Keldon Johnson, basically Keldon Johnson or Lonnie Walker off the bench. Honestly, I've been a little torn on this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say Lonnie Walker off the bench. I just feel like he will give a little bit more. Keldon Johnson, you can fit him either as a starter or off the bench, and I think you get the same amount of productivity. And that's just my opinion. Lonnie Walker is one of those dudes that he's so streaky sometimes till he's kind of the definition of a hot streak player, right? Like someone you just kind of put in and he may be hot, he may not, but he is somebody you want to come off the bench. Keldon Johnson, he goes 110 miles per hour like every single play, till him starting really helps and him coming out the bench would really help. But Lonnie Walker, I feel like him starting over Keldon Johnson will hurt the team more than it would help. So overall, I would much rather Lonnie Walker come off the bench than start. I mean, that's just me. I don't know. I'm not saying that Lonnie Walker's been like trash or anything this season. Like he's been fairly good, a little inconsistent at times, but fairly good. And yeah, and another thing too with Lonnie Walker, I just add this in before we go into the next one, is I think his role, I don't know if it's Popovich that's changing his role, because Pop at the initial season, like the beginning of the season, he said that his role would primarily be a scorer. And I've been seeing more and more, because I know that he can facilitate. We've seen him facilitate plenty of times, but more and more it seems like it cuts off from, it goes from scoring to playmaking to scoring to playmaking, to the point where sometimes I don't really understand his role. But that's fine, man. I think maybe part of it is just Lonnie Walker, because sometimes he's aggressive, sometimes he's not. Like I said, he's very inconsistent, but him coming off the bench I think is perfect, because you can kind of afford to have Lonnie Walker be a little inconsistent, but also come off the bench and put up buckets if you really need it. So he doesn't help. Long story short, all right, I'm long-winded. He doesn't hurt anything coming off the bench, but he could potentially hurt us starting continuously. And that's just my thoughts on it. All right, so let's go to the next question. Let's see. So this This one with placeholder. All right, I guess I'll choose which one we're going to talk about. So he said, your personal opinion on what moves the team should make, pursue, whether it's trade, signing, keeping players, or letting players walk. All right, so yeah. So this one, I'm going to wait on this one because I do want to see the team a little more evaluated first before I go straight into that. But the one I did want to address is players likely to be gone after this season. Honestly, that's a tough one. A lot of these guys, I don't see the Spurs like doing anything unless it's a really big trade. But I mean, easy one is Thad. I'm pretty sure you weren't asking about Thad. That's pretty easy, right? The only one that's pretty tough that I think could potentially be coming is Drew. I think soon Drew will be. I'm just gonna make an assumption. All right, this is based on Zach, and I think this is what the Spurs are doing too. I think it's really highly based on what happens with Zach Collins. But if Zach Collins can play his way, into that spot, I could very well see Drew Eubanks getting kicked out of there and you not really having a use for him. We have so many bigs already, and I'm already assuming that coming into this next draft, the Spurs might go into the direction of just whoever's best available, but I could very well see them just going after another big. And if that's the case, yeah, I don't see a place for Drew Eubanks. So if I had to choose someone that will be gone, even after this season, I could see Drew Eubanks, whether it be gone, or whether it be, yeah, you're just not going to see him again. And that's no harp on, because I really like Drew Eubanks. It's not like he's a bad player by any means. Like, I really do like him, but the direction we're going in, that's the kind of guy I can kind of see being gone. Possibly even Keita Bates, but that's still kind of up in the air with me. But Drew Eubanks, so that's my answer. Everyone else I think is fairly safe, but maybe trade it. I don't know. All right, let's go into the next one. Mesquite, and hopefully, you guys can't see it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't zoom in either. All right, so Mesquite says, Mesquite Rock, I think that's how you say it. He says, ceiling. Has this current roster reached their ceiling? He said, we say no. I say yes. I think this roster has definitely kind of reached their ceiling for this season. And I'm saying this season. I don't know if you meant like ceiling altogether, or I think individually, obviously they have not reached their ceiling, right? Like Josh Primo has not reached his ceiling. Devin Vassell, obviously not. Keldon, not. But I will say Derek White, definitely. DeJounte Murray, I think he definitely reached his ceiling individually. But I'm looking at it as a team this season. They've definitely reached their ceiling. I don't think that there's anything else that Popovich or this team could do right now to be a better team by the end of this season at all. They've definitely reached their ceiling as a team. Now, they do look good because right now, I will say this. I do like them as a team. Like, I think that they feed off of each other well. They obviously have a good relationship off the court. Pop is usually responsible for that. But these guys do have a really good relationship, and you can kind of see it on the court, even though they're losing. And this is not normal. I want you guys to keep that in mind. It is not normal for a team to lose the amount of games that the San Antonio Spurs are losing and still go into press conferences and seem unfazed, or that everything's going to be okay. And there's people leading that pack, like DeJounte Murray. I don't know about Jakob. Jakob's kind of leading the pack with that. But literally, if you go listen to any player after a game, they're upset that they lost, but there's no finger pointing. Like, everyone is really gelled together. And I think that Pop has stretched this team as far as he could stretch it, as far as play calling and, what they could do. It just comes down to inexperience and not necessarily having a confined superstar. Now, DeJounte Murray has shown himself to be, at least should be in the all-star discussion, or all-star, or Spurs star, but he's not a superstar. And that's one thing that we're missing right now, is that superstar. And yeah, I think there's only so much you could do with this team. Now, maybe Zach Collins, I've already said that Zach Collins coming in, he's going to bring more depth. He's going to be able to help Jakob, and that'll make us a little bit better. But I'm assuming that's not what you meant by your comment. I'm assuming you're talking about, like, as a team, have they reached their ceiling? I think they've definitely reached their ceiling. I mean, even if you look through these games, there's some games in here, man, where we played exceptionally well, And I mean, look at these scores. Now, some of them they get away with it. Most of these they kind of get away from us. But I mean, even at the end score, Memphis is like 3rd seed right now. We got 118, 105 to them. Pistons, not that great, but 117, 116 overtime. Toronto Raptors, that was a butt whooping. But Boston Celtics, 99 to 97. You losing by 9 against the 76ers. You lost by 3 against the Brooklyn Nets in overtime. Like, this is called reaching your ceiling. It gets to a point where it doesn't matter how well you play, you're just not going to be good enough. And that's what we're seeing right now. I mean, we're looking at DeJounte Murray getting triple doubles like almost every night, and you still can't come away with it. I mean, this game, right, in particular, 32 points, 10, was that assists or rebounds? Rebounds. 10 rebounds and 11 assists, and it's still not good enough. Like, and you still lose by 4. That's called reaching your ceiling. It's only so much you can do. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Okay, so last but not least, TSR Sports. What's up, boy? He said you can only have 3 of the Spurs' current players on the roster next season. Which 3 and why? That's a good question. I would choose. This is actually pretty easy, actually. Josh, Devin Vassell, and Keldon. And I know that's a shocker because everyone knows I love Derek White, but yeah, those 3. And I would actually, wait a minute, let me think. Actually, I don't know. Hold on. No, I'm going with those 3. I was about to say Lonnie, but no, I want Keldon. Keldon's a dog. Lonnie's great too. No, I'm gonna scratch it. I'm sorry. TSR asked such a good question. I had to ponder on this. I actually thought I had it figured out, but yeah, I don't. Actually, yeah, I am gonna go with Lonnie. I'm gonna go with Lonnie, Devin Vassell, and Josh Primo, and I can tell you why. Josh Primo, because I think he's going to be a superstar. So I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that he will be a superstar. So much in his arsenal. Great catch and shooter. Great leader, being so young. So much potential. Great passer. Good defender. Willing to do anything to win, even at that young age. I got to go with him. And there's a possibility that he can grow a couple more inches or a few more inches. So yeah, definitely Josh Primo. Most potential to be a superstar. Devin Vassell, smooth operator, good defender, plays both ends of the court, could potentially be a superstar down the line, or at least the second guy to Josh Primo. So I'm going to bank on these 2. And then thirdly, Lonnie, he's one of the weird ones out because he has been inconsistent. But I guess I would choose Lonnie Walker over Keldon because I want to say Keldon because he's a dog. But then you always need one of those, but I'm not 100% sold. I know Keldon sometimes have a little tunnel vision. I'm going to go with Lonnie just due to the potential. I feel like if these 2 reach what they would need to reach and Lonnie was still on the team, he would be an excellent 3rd guy. He's not always aggressive, but he has so much in his arsenal as well that it would help guys out like Josh Primo. Like if Josh Primo needs to, be more of a shooter a game, you can bank on Lonnie Walker to be more of a facilitator. Like, I think you just have more utility with a Lonnie Walker. So overall, yeah, it would be these 3 actually. And the only reason why I'm saying not DeJounte, because I know that would be the big one. Like, why are you not picking DeJounte? I would say not DeJounte just because I would assume that we get something huge out of DeJounte. Like, I think you would get a lot of utility out of moving to DeJounte if that's what you had to do. So yeah, so if I had to bank on it, I would go with these 3. And that's not saying that Lonnie Walker's a better player than DeJounte. I hope I made that pretty clear, like why I would choose Lonnie Walker, but I don't know. I think most people would be like, that's crazy. Like most people would say DJ, Devin, Josh. I'm gonna go with these 3. But yeah. All right. So yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Dang, I had to really ponder on that. But yeah, so I guess that's all of them, man. I like if I skipped, because I skipped a couple. It's not that I didn't like them by any means. Like it's pretty good questions, pretty good topics. But I only wanted to choose. I usually only choose 3. I just wanted to choose 4 today. But yeah, what do you guys think? Like, to any of these questions, really? You guys really did a great job at asking these questions. Like, I do this every single week. Or if I know that I'm not going to be here for a Sunday or something, sometimes I kind of skip it or, just, save it for later. But yeah, overall, I usually do this every week. So I really happy that you guys, I'm stumbling over. See, this is the type of video. I'm really happy that you guys are willing to interact with the channel and, help me out with content overall. So anyways, I'll get with you guys later, man. Once again, if you want to support the channel, I keep saying this, only $2 a month. Monthly giveaways all the time. But I'll get with you guys later, man. Until next time.